KREM 2 News at Noon begins now.
Right now at the KREM 2 News at Noon, today is likely going to be the hottest day of the year with temperatures already approaching 100 degrees.
And with the extreme heat sticking around, we spoke to firefighters about how to stay safe. Plus, coming in new at noon, we have more information on a house fire that resulted in 10 people being displaced. What officials know about the cause of the fire, coming up right now on KREM 2 News at Noon. Hi everyone, welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. It is good to see you. I'm Laura Papetti, and we begin, of course, talking about the heat. After days of record temperatures, today is likely to be even hotter. I did not expect it to continue to go up, Thomas, but you were right. You said it would, and it is. So we are expecting those temperatures to keep climbing throughout the afternoon. Where do you think they'll stop?
Yeah, I think we're going to get up to about 104 degrees when we're all said and done with the day today, which would be yet another record high temperature broken 3 days in a row of such. Even right now, it is 97 and it's noon, so we still have the rest of the afternoon hours to continue climbing. Usually we peak temperature-wise between about 4, 5, or 6 o'clock into the late afternoon hours, so still a ways to go there. Current temperatures across the region already at 100 degrees in Omak and 103 in Othello. Those are the hottest locations right now, and again, still climbing for the rest of the day. So at 104 degrees, it'll be the third straight day of record heat, and this should be our hottest day of the entire year. Of course, we still have the rest of summer to go. Who's to say what will happen in the month of August, but at values this hot, we are hard-pressed to get this warm this often. In fact, this is going to be our hottest day since that June 2021 heat wave where we hit the all-time record high. So here are the records for today. In Spokane, it's 102, so I'm forecasting above that, and we should be at or above all of the record highs for all of our area cities. Now, thankfully, today is the final day of this extremely hot weather stretch for the region. Excessive heat warnings will expire at 10 p.m. tonight. We might still see heat advisories get issued or at least get downgraded into after that because it remains pretty hot for the weekend, but it looks like today will be our final 100-degree day.
Also new at noon, we are learning more about a house fire in Post Falls that happened this morning. Officials confirmed 10 people were displaced because of the fire. That includes a mom and 9 children. Firefighters also tell us that the fire started in the garage.
We were on scene within 4 minutes of the 911 call and had water applied very quickly after, but the fire, which had gotten a pretty good head start in the garage area, had already moved into the attic or the kitchen space and up through the kitchen into the attic space. So when we arrived, there was good smoke and fire showing from the front side of the house as well as the attic of the house.
Kootenai Fire and Rescue said they had to call in extra units because of the excessive heat. Firefighters have not said how the fire began. Also this afternoon, continuing to follow a story that we first broke with you on Up with KREM, the Spokane Fire Department is investigating a camper fire in northwest Spokane. The department confirmed with KREM 2 that someone was indeed found dead at the fire. However, they did not say if the person died from specifically the camper fire. Spokane Fire says it began around 3 a.m. this morning, and we are waiting for the fire department to release more information. We are tracking that. We'll keep you updated right here on KREM and, of course, KREM.com. With the dangerous heat today, as Thomas has been talking about, several local markets announced they are canceling their events today. That includes the Cheney Summer Concert Series, the Moonshine Artisan Night Market, and the Kendall Yards Night Market as well. So if you are looking for a market that is open, the Spokane Farmers Market is open until 1 p.m. and the Millwood Farmers Market will be open with limited vendors from 3 until 7 o'clock today. Firefighters are on high alert with this dangerous heat. As you might imagine, makes their job very, very tough. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones spoke with the Spokane Fire Department about what the community needs to know to stay safe.
Well, yeah, the message plain and simple, is safety. You want to be as safe as possible because we're seeing record-breaking heat, and with that provides dangerous conditions. And so, Justin, the writer, you've been talking about all the safety tips, and you've been giving us a lot of helpful information, especially just kind of a list of details and things that you should know, and then that the fire department uses as well. So I want to touch on some of them, and the first thing that you have on this list right here is hydration. So can you talk about that?
Yeah, just, you know, it's important to stay hydrated all the time, but in this conditions, you're going to burn through that water a lot more, right? So the thing is, like, getting ahead of that 8 ball and staying ahead of that 8 ball. So drink water in the morning, start your day out that way, stay ahead of that. The problem is once you get behind that, it's really hard to get back forward. And so once you get behind that, you're going to start noticing, you know, things move down, you know, a little slower, and thoughts and maybe some cramping, that kind of stuff. Those are all signs like you got to get some water on board.
Absolutely. And I mean, yeah, it sounds simple, right? But, you know, hydration, that ultimately can kind of prevent something like a call you may go to, right? A heat exhaustion, heat stroke. So can you talk about that a little bit, and maybe just how some of those symptoms can kind of settle in if you're not hydrated?
Yeah, so the heat exhaustion, you're going to start out just kind of that moving slower, the thoughts kind of stuff. But as you start cramping up, getting thirstier, sweating a lot, like that can lead into the heat stroke. Now, heat stroke's another level. That's very critical. That can be life-threatening. You know, that's you're going to see that person. They're probably going to be unconscious. We really got to get involved and get fast interventions. But that heat exhaustion is something, like I said, it all comes down to that hydration. Right? That's the foundation. So if you can keep hydrated, if you have to get out in the heat and get little breaks in there, stay hydrated, you'll probably be just fine.
Absolutely. And so if you did get symptoms of like a heat stroke or something along those lines, would someone call in to, like,
absolutely, a heat stroke's going to be that you're going to see that person and know there's something wrong, like, and so that's a good time to call us.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate you, and again, you know, just running over some of these lists, and ultimately safety is the most important. So you be safe out there as all of this record-breaking heat hits us here in Spokane and the surrounding region. So we appreciate you, Justin, and we'll toss it back to you all in the studio.
All right, Brandon, thank you. The City of Spokane's cooling centers are back open today for people to use, of course, with this continued heat wave. And you can visit any Spokane library to just cool off. Locations include the Central Library, Liberty Park, Shadle Park, Hilliard, South Hill, and Indian Trail. There's also more support available at the Trent Resource Center. And if you need a ride, Spokane Transit is offering free fare if you are indeed heading to a cooling center. And Kootenai County Emergency Management also shared a list of area cooling centers. Several libraries are open, including the Coeur d'Alene, Rathdrum, Harrison, Hayden, and Spirit Lake branches. The hours vary by location, so you'll want to contact those centers directly and find out which one works for you. Well, with the intense heat sticking around, our Up with KREM team sat down with a doctor from Multi-Care to learn more about staying safe in the heat. Of course, staying hydrated is key, as we have heard, for avoiding heat exhaustion. But as the doctor explains, you may need to drink more fluids than you ever imagined.
If you're feeling like you're thirsty, you're already behind. So you probably need to double what you're drinking at that point. If you're outside and you are out in the heat, lots of Gatorade after the first hour of being outside.
Yeah, just keep on drinking. So if you'd like to watch that full interview, it's available to stream right now on KREM 2 Plus, along with more summer safety tips. You can download KREM 2 Plus. It's free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Lots of great information.
It's multiple days in a row of above normal temperatures, well above normal.
Still ahead right here on KREM 2 News at noon, how does our current heat wave compare to the deadly temperatures from that summer back in 2021? We talk to the experts just ahead.